if we take a look at this, you can actually take your fingernail and find the groove. Oops, there it is. Right there, I found the groove with my needle. In my needle there with my thumbnail. That is the front of the needle. So I'm going to make sure my thread is entering this way so that the thread can line up along this long groove that we have on the front of the needle. So number 22, the answer is the long groove. Okay, so this long groove where my fingernail can go up and down. That's the front. Also, this is the round part. We'll take a look at the back. You have this flat part up there at the top. Do all machines, this is number 23, take the same kind of needle? No, they don't. That was a home needle that I showed you. And here I have a packet of needles for an industrial machine. Let's go ahead and just pull out one of these needles. It's a lot different. The whole barrel at the top is totally round. The barrel of the home needle is round on one side and flat, or round on three sides and flat on one. So this industrial needle is round all the way around, and it's smaller. And that's the main difference, is what the barrel shape looks like. So number 24, the answer is home needles have a flat side and industrial needles have a round barrel. Okay? This part up here at the top, that's the barrel. So home ones have a flat side and the industrial needles are totally round at the barrel section. Number 25. This is relating to machines that we would have at different campuses. The needle on a juki is threaded B, left to right. Because needles can be threaded front to back, left to right, right to left. All different ways how to thread different needles. This brother machine, we're going to go ahead and thread this from front to back. But the answer for number 25 is the juki is left to right. Number 26, the needle on a black Singer machine is threaded C, right to left. Needle on other home portable machines, there's a lot of Genomes that we use. Those are normally front to back. Number 28. Where should your feet be when you are threading the needle? Well, they should definitely be on the floor and not on the foot pedal. So that is letter B. This is your foot pedal. It's going to be on the floor. You don't want to be stepping on this as you're threading the needle. Look what's going to happen. You're going to sew your finger. So be really careful. Do not be resting your foot on this pedal and sew your finger. Really, really dangerous. Keep your feet on the floor and not resting on the foot pedal when you're threading and your fingers are right there by that needle. We don't need you to hurt yourself at home. Please be very careful. So 28 is B, on the floor. 29. Where should the presser foot be when you thread the machine? The answer is up. So here is the presser foot, and behind the machine we have the presser foot lever. So it's going to be up. And so you can actually get the thread through the tension plate. So that's number 29. And then number 30. Where should the presser foot be when you begin to sew? it's going to go ahead and it's going to be down. So 30 is down. Some machines have a presser foot lever here to the left, to the back, and this machine, as I couldn't see it, was back here. Presser foot lever, presser foot down as we begin to sew with the fabric underneath it. So 30 is down. Number 31. Will the machine stitch nicely if the thread is not inside the tension plate? Answer, 31 is no. Where is that tension plate? It's right above the needle. Here, this is a little loop, and we have other tension plates inside here which are housed. We can see this a lot easier in an industrial machine. So 31 is no. Number 32. Where is the thread take-up lever and what does it do? Right over here is our thread take-up lever. And here is the wheel. If you see, it's the thread take-up lever is hiding. We can go forward with the wheel and up pops that thread take-up lever. So the answer to 32 is it's above the needle next to the tension plate. It adjusts the tension on the needle thread and pulls the thread out of the bobbin housing, catching the bobbin thread and creating the lock stitch. This is a way that where you know the machine is in a stitch cycle. Number 33. If the thread keeps breaking or pulling out of the needle when you begin to sew, what is the problem? The problem is the thread take-up lever is down. Here it is, it's up now. Let's look at it. Let's look at the down position. So, number 33, the answer is the thread take-up lever is down when the sewer begins. That could be the problem. Number 34, where do you look to make sure to complete one stitch cycle when you're bringing the bobbin thread up to the top of under the presser foot? You look at the top of the thread take-up lever. So as I'm taking this wheel, walking it towards myself, and I'm looking at the top of the thread take-up lever, boop, that just pops up. So answer to 34, at the thread take-up lever, not the needle. Number 35, which way do you move the wheel in order to walk? I think I just gave the answer because I was already saying forward. I'm going to bring that wheel forward. A, that's towards you. That was number 35. Number 36. What order are the parts of a single needle lock stitch machine threaded? And we'll go into greater threading detail in another video, but they're threaded up here at the top. So you have your spool, then you're going to a small tension plate, then you're going to the thread take-up lever, and then down through this loop and the needle. And through the needle front to back on this machine. So 36 was cone or spool, tension plate, thread take-up lever, and the loop and the needle. That was number 36. Number 37. What is the difference between a cone and a spool of thread? And how are they used? So number 37. A cone, it's going to have a lot more thread on it. It's going to come in a lot more different sizes and strength. So usually these cones, larger ones as well, they're used for industry. Also, they're used for overlock machines and cover stitch machines. Sometimes they're used for a home machine, but you would need a little attachment to have it sit up in the back. But these are a little bit of a thinner gauge, and I prefer you use a spool. So for the cone here, the thread's going to come off the top, and from the spool, the thread's going to come out the side. Here's my little spool. The spool's also going to have a smaller quantity. It fits on the home sewing machines. And this comes in a lot more metallic colors, I would say, and specialty colors. So you're probably going to stick with a variety of spools. And I'm very partial to Gutermann thread. Number 38. What happens when scissors are dropped to the floor? Well, many unfortunate things can happen to scissors when they're dropped to the floor. First off, they can break. The tips can break off. They can become misaligned so they don't actually cut. And then they can come loose or they can break right here at the join. Number 39. What are some differences between the Juki industrial and portable home sewing machines? Well, I love industrial sewing machines except moving them. So, like this little brother machine is perfect. So I can put it out on my kitchen table, I can put it out on my deck, I can put it in my design room. It's easily moved. But an industrial sewing machine takes a lot more people and effort to move it. That weighs a lot. It sits on a pan of oil. And I can also just pick up this machine and take it to a mechanic and have it repaired. But if I want to pick up an industrial sewing machine, I usually need a couple of strong people and a hand truck, and I need to drain that oil. So these are much more convenient. Also, too, a home sewing machine has way more stitches for you to use. An industrial machine quite often is limited to like just a straight stitch, or just a zigzag, or just a buttonhole, or just a blind hem. So a home machine gives you a variety of stitches. They're also much quieter too. This machine is on now and there's no sound. Number 40. If the stitch doesn't look good, it is usually fixed by adjusting the tension plate. What is the problem? No, don't adjust that tension plate. It's usually you haven't threaded it correctly. Just re-thread the top section. Re-thread the bobbin. Honestly, the problem will probably go away. It works about 95% in class. Number 41. If you're getting poor stitch quality or the machine seems to be operating poorly, what troubleshooting steps should you do? Well, re-thread the top. Re-thread the bottom. Make sure it's going through the little loops correctly. Make sure that your needle's in the correct position. Make sure that your bobbin is wound tightly and evenly. You could also re-thread this. Make sure that the thread is going through the tension plate on the bobbin too. Number 42. If any piece of equipment breaks or doesn't seem to be working properly, even after troubleshooting, what should you do? Well, go ahead and let me know. We'll schedule a Zoom meeting and I can help you to fix it, hopefully. Number 43. I promise to ask permission from the classroom teacher who is present before I use the serger or overlock. Wouldn't that be awesome? But, who knows? We might get back to face-to-face instruction. That's number 43. Finishes that, just write Talk to the teacher. We finished everything for our machine use study sheet. Thank you so much. I look forward to talking to you in the next video.